My dear friends, I am Dr. Omkar Prasad Vaidya. Today I will be discussing about the risk factors of acute stroke. Now what is acute stroke? Acute stroke, also known as cerebrovascular accidents or brain attack, is a medical emergency condition which occurs because of sudden rupture of a blood vessel supplying a part of brain, or because of decrease in the blood flow or blockade in the artery leading to decrease in the blood flow to a part of brain. So it is of sudden onset and it requires urgent medical diagnosis and treatment. It is one of the leading cause of mortality and morbidity throughout the world. The incidence of strokes are increasing because of gradual increase in the incidence of diabetes, hypertension, hypercholesterolemia, cardiac defect, various heart disorders, valvular heart disease, and so on. So various risk factors, both modifiable as well as non-modifiable risk factors, can cause acute stroke. Acute stroke is of two types mainly. It is ischemic stroke as well as hemorrhagic stroke. Ischemic stroke is occurring because of blockade in a artery supplying part of brain. That may be because of thrombus formation, that may be in the brain, or because of thromboembolic phenomena, or a thrombus or a clot formation that form in the heart and travel to the brain in a part of artery where it is lost or causing blockage to the blood supply to the part of brain. So that is ischemic stroke. So ischemic stroke is because of blockade in the artery because of clot formation which supply a part of brain, and because of the blockage a part of brain or some part of brain don't get blood supply, and that area of the neurons die because of lack of oxygen and lack of ATP. And hemorrhagic stroke is because of sudden rupture of artery supplying a part of brain and leading to bleeding or formation of clot outside the blood vessel on the neuronal substance. So because of formation of hematoma, it compresses the surrounding neurons, and because of the pressure effect the neuron undergo damage. Besides, because of the sudden rupture, the area which is supplied by the artery don't get any blood flow, so that area also suffer from lack of oxygen as well as because of pressure effect of the accumulated blood. Even in hemorrhagic stroke, the cause of death may be because of brain herniation or because of hematoma, because of pressure effect, and also because of oxygen lack because of the rupture of the artery supplying a part of brain. Besides, there may be increased risk of cerebral edema around the hematoma area, which increase the intracranial pressure or pressure inside the brain, leading to brain herniation and which may lead to sudden death. So these are the etiology or types of stroke, that is ischemic as well as hemorrhagic stroke. Now we will be discussing about the various risk factors or causes of stroke. Now it has been found that there are many causes of stroke. Various heart disease like diabetes, hypertension, hypercholesterolemia, then heart disease like valvular heart disease, arrhythmic situation like atrial fibrillation, then hypertension, then diabetes, then transient ischemic attack, past history of stroke or past myocardial infarction or heart attack. All those diseases may ultimately leads to acute stroke also. So today we will be discussing about the various risk factors of acute stroke. So first one is non-modifiable risk factors. So what are the risk factors of acute stroke which we cannot modify? Number one is age. It has been found that as the age advances or a population grow older, then the incidence of stroke also gradually increases. So as the person grew older, the risk of stroke also gradually increases. So age is one of the important risk factor which we cannot prevent, or it is a unmodifiable risk factor. Besides, there is family history. It has been found that those patients who had a family history of stroke may also have a increased risk of suffering from stroke in future. So positive family history is also an important risk factor, but which cannot be prevented. Besides, there is sex or gender. According to various literature, women are more prone to develop stroke rather than men. So women are mostly prone to or at higher risk in developing stroke when compared to men. Besides race and ethnicity, it has been studied that African American as well as American Indians, they are more prone to develop stroke compared to other population. So ethnicity or race also plays important role, but these risk factors cannot be prevented or cannot be modified. So we call it unmodifiable risk factors. Now we will discuss about the modifiable risk factors. And out of this modifiable risk factor, the most common and most important is unhealthy diet. So even improper unhealthy diet can lead to stroke or increase the risk of stroke. So what type of diet increase the risk of stroke? Western diet, diet rich in saturated fat, diet rich in trans fat, the diet rich in red meat, the fatty foods, then high cholesterol diet ultimately leads to hypercholesterolemia, and hypercholesterolemia leads to atherosclerosis, which ultimately leads to hypertension as well as ischemic stroke. So high fatty food, high cholesterol diet, saturated fat, trans fat, all those things can lead to increased risk of stroke. Besides, high amount of salt in the diet also increase the risk of hypertension, which ultimately a person can complicate to hypertensive stroke, that is hemorrhagic stroke. Besides, hypertension can also lead to ischemic stroke also. Thus, high salt intake or high amount of salt in your diet ultimately leads to hypertension, which is one of the important complication, important risk factor which can lead to ischemic as well as hemorrhagic stroke. Next important risk factor is physical inactivity. Now those persons who are physically inactive or are not doing regular exercise, they are prone to develop stroke in future. This is because those who are physically inactive, they will have less fitness of cardiovascular. They can become hypertensive in future. They will be diabetic in future. And at the same time, they will grow obese. They will become overweight in future. And because of all these parameters, ultimately the person have higher risk of development of stroke in future. So what I mean to say is the regular physical exercise, at least 30 to 45 minutes per day, always decrease the risk of hypertension, it decreases the risk of diabetes, it also decreases risk of acute stroke as well as myocardial infarction. So regular physical exercise and is very much important. It prevents not only stroke but also other cardiovascular disease, and also prevents obesity, which is another important risk factor for acute stroke. Besides, alcohol consumption is another important modifiable or preventable risk factor that can lead to acute stroke. Now, alcoholism has been found to associated with increased risk of stroke of both types, both ischemic as well as hemorrhagic. But mainly, alcoholism, especially heavy and frequent alcoholism in heavy dose or high dose, ultimately, or severe alcoholism can lead to increased risk of intracerebral hemorrhage. Mild to moderate alcoholism cannot harm the stroke or cannot increase the risk of stroke, but if there is heavy and frequent alcoholism, it increases the risk of hypertension, blood pressure will be high, at the same time it will increase the triglyceride, and which ultimately causes stroke. Thus, it is always advisable for the various subjects, that is both male and female, to control their drinks, at least for 2 drinks per day for men, and for women it is 1 drinks per day, to control the or to decrease the risk of suffering from acute stroke. Besides, tobacco use is another important risk factor. Now, tobacco use in any form always increase the risk of stroke. Tobacco use in any form, maybe in the form of smoking or in the form of other oral use, can also risk the or increase the risk of acute stroke. Next, we come to smoking. Smoking, because of effect of nicotine, which works by nicotine receptor and causes systemic vasoconstriction, leading to increased blood pressure or hypertension. It has been found that immediate after smoking also there is always rise of blood pressure, and if the person or individual goes on smoking for longer period, there is a persistent high pressure in the systemic arteries of the particular individual and ultimately even lead to hypertension. So this hypertension, if persists for long time, can lead to stroke. Smoking also increase the risk of stroke because it increases the blood pressure by nicotinic effect. Now hypertension. Hypertension is one of the important leading cause of ischemic stroke as well as hemorrhagic stroke. Hypertension is responsible for endothelial injury. It also responsible for sluggishness of the blood flow, because of which there is a increase in the thrombus formation, leading to blockage in the artery supplying the part of brain. So ischemic stroke may be because of hypertension as well as high blood pressure, maybe malignant hypertension, increase the risk of sudden rupture of the blood vessel leading to hemorrhagic stroke. So hypertension is an important risk factor both for ischemic as well as hemorrhagic stroke variety. So it is always advisable to keep the blood pressure low, at least lower than 140 by 90 millimeter of mercury column, so as to prevent the risk of development of hypertension, that is hypertensive stroke, which can be both ischemic as well as hemorrhagic variety. So hypertension is one of the important modifiable risk factor or preventable risk factor that can lead to stroke of both type, both of ischemic as well as hemorrhagic variety. Now another important risk factor is high cholesterol level or abnormal lipid profile. Now high cholesterol level as well as abnormal lipid profile is responsible for deposition of fatty plaques or cholesterol on the inner lining of the artery supplying the brain. It leads to atherosclerosis or gradual narrowing of the arteries, which may ultimately leads to ischemia of a part of brain. So ultimately cholesterol is responsible for atherosclerosis. High level of atherosclerosis can be because of high level of cholesterol in the blood, and which ultimately increase the risk of suffering from acute ischemic stroke. Besides, high cholesterol level leads to atherosclerosis, which ultimately increase the blood pressure and which ultimately leads to hemorrhagic stroke. So high cholesterol level, which may be associated with obesity, diabetes, as well as abnormal lipid profile or dyslipidemia, may ultimately leads to atherosclerosis of the vessel supplying the brain and leads to ischemic as well as hemorrhagic stroke in future. Besides, some heart diseases like valvular heart disease can also increase the risk of development of stroke in future, because presence of heart disease, especially valvular heart disease, increase the risk of thromboembolic phenomena, and at the same time it also create turbulence in a chamber, particular chamber of heart. For example, mitral stenosis causes turbulence in the left atrial chamber, and it increases the risk of thrombus formation in the mitral valves, that is in the left atrial chamber, and which can be travel or which can lodge into some circulation of the brain, leading to thromboembolic stroke. So what I mean to say is that valvular heart disease increase the risk of stroke because of thromboembolic phenomena, as well as it increase the risk of thrombus formation or clot formation of the blood in the chamber of the heart. So it increase the risk of stroke, especially ischemic stroke or thromboembolic stroke or thrombotic stroke. Besides, heart diseases like myocardial infarction, previous myocardial infarction increase the risk of ischemic stroke. It has been studied that many patients, those who have suffered from acute myocardial infarction, can develop ischemic stroke in future. So ischemic stroke and acute myocardial infarction, they are very highly correlated. Besides, some heart disease like cardiac arrhythmia, perfect example is atrial fibrillation. So those patients suffering from atrial fibrillation must be treated with oral anticoagulants like warfarin. This is because those patients, because of atrial fibrillation, there is formation of blood clots in the chamber of heart, which ultimately dislodge into the cerebral circulation, leading to ischemic stroke because of thrombotic or thromboembolism phenomena. So what I mean to say is that cardiac arrhythmia like atrial fibrillation increase the risk of thromboembolism and finally increase the risk of ischemic stroke. Besides, some disease like metabolic disease like diabetes mellitus also increase the risk of stroke. Diabetes actually is responsible for both macrovascular as well as microvascular complication. It affects the heart, it affects the kidney, even it is responsible for hypertension, and it is associated with obesity also. And in metabolic syndrome like diabetes, there is increase of cholesterol level in the blood, which ultimately is responsible for atherosclerosis and increase the risk of stroke. Diabetes also increase the risk of heart disease like myocardial infarction also. Diabetes is also responsible for causing silent myocardial infarction, and when it comes to brain, it leads to acute stroke. So diabetes is one of the important metabolic disease which increase the risk of both ischemic as well as hemorrhagic stroke. Next, some important disease like transient ischemic attack. So those persons who are suffering from previous stroke like transient ischemic attack also increase the risk of acute stroke. Besides, drug abuse is also another important risk factors like cocaine, amphetamine, steroids, oral contraceptive pills. Excessive intake can ultimately leads to increased risk of acute stroke. It may be acute ischemic as well as acute hemorrhagic stroke. So these are the various risk factors which ultimately increase the risk of stroke. So what are the modifiable risk factors and non-modifiable risk factors? The age, gender, race, then family history, all these comes under unpreventable risk factors or unmodifiable risk factors. And what are preventable risk factors? Hypertension, diabetes, then hypercholesterolemia, smoking, alcoholism, drug abuse, any heart disease, cardiac arrhythmia, transient ischemic attack, some disease like sickle cell anemia. These comes under preventable risk factors because these risk factors can be or causes can be prevented by medical therapy or by intervention. So besides, regular physical exercise is very much important because regular physical exercise lowers the blood pressure. It also prevents diabetes. It also keeps prevents obesity and keeps the weight in healthy range, and all those factors ultimately lower the risk of getting stroke in future. Thus, regular exercise is very much essential as well as beneficial for prevention of acute stroke. So these are the various risk factors or causes of stroke. Now knowledge of the causes as well as risk factors of stroke is very much important because by proper knowledge of the risk factors we can control the disease or intervene the disease, and we can prevent the disease, and thus the incidence of the disease can be decreased by proper knowledge of risk factors. And if you can cut down the risk factors, or if you by therapeutic intervention or by preventive intervention, then the risk of the disease is very much decreased. We can control the risk of the getting the disease, especially disabilities or mortality and morbidity disease like stroke can be prevented if you know the risk factors or proper knowledge of the risk factors is there. So these are the various important risk factors we have already discussed today. So it is divided into modifiable as well as unmodifiable risk factors. Thank you very much.